Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Hoffman and I am a high school leader here at church. By now, you've probably gone through the screening process, and as you can see, we take it pretty serious here. We want to make sure the children are safe. In this section, we want to equip you guys in what to do in an emergency situation. As leaders, we want to ensure the safety of our youth. There may be situations where we have to call the Children Protection Hotline, the Suicide Prevention Line, law enforcement, or even 911. As a ministry, we have some responsibilities to make sure that the youth is safe. And with that, we need to make sure that we're doing proper protocol. There's going to be times where we suspect abuse in a home, and so it's important to look for those signs. As a leader, you're going to have a lot of contact with the youth, so it's really important that we know the signs of abuse and neglect. Some signs that we want to look out for are numerous injuries or unexplained bruises or marks that look like they got slapped or look like a bout or something like that. You also want to look out for anyone who's on alert and just afraid to go home. These are the types of abuses for physical abuse. There could be times where they just tell you that they're being physically abused or sexually abused. And so these are just some types of examples of what could happen. In the event that there's abuse or neglect reported to you, or you saw the signs and you have these concerns, you definitely want to talk to your pastoral overseer. That's the first thing you want to do. Second thing you want to do is you're going to come up with some kind of game plan, and your pastoral overseer is going to come up with this game plan on what to do. It may be calling 911, or it may be calling the Children Protection Hotline and making a report. Communication is really important when it comes to these issues. With that, accountability is just as important. So we want to make sure that if we're praying with the youth, that a guy leader is with a guy kid, that a girl leader is with a girl kid, right? We just want to make sure that there's accountability in that prayer. And so if a girl asks me to pray, I'm going to make sure that I get a girl leader to come on and pray with us. We want to make sure there's accountability all around. With that said, we also want to make sure that there's no such thing as confidentiality when it comes to the safety and the well-being of our youth. I know sometimes they come up to us and they say things like, please don't say anything. If it comes down to the safety and the well-being of the youth, we have to report. We want to make sure that we are also a support for the youth. They felt like they can share with you this information. And so we just want to make sure that they know we're praying for them, we're praying for their families, that we follow up with them, how they're doing, how's everything going. If there's anywhere we can link them to, that's part of the plan that you and the pastoral staff can go over. And so to get more information, I know this was really short, to get more information on mandated reporting, you can visit the website mandatedreporterca.com, and there's tons of training on there for you to check out. We talked about physical abuse and sexual abuse and what to do when that arises. But another thing we need to talk about is also suicide. Some of the signs that we want to look at in suicide is when they're feeling trapped, or they're feeling hopeless, or they feel like they're a burden to their family, or straight out they tell you that they want to hurt themselves or kill themselves. These are signs that they have suicide ideation. Some behaviors we're going to want to look out for is if the youth is isolating themselves from friends or family, or if they're withdrawing from activities that they usually do, or they're going online and they're searching for things. These are signs you want to look out for, behaviors you want to look out for. Also, if they have a history in their family committing suicide, or the youth themselves have history of attempting suicide. Those are all risk factors that we want to look out for. We want to make sure, just like with the other issues, we want to make sure that we speak to our pastoral staff. We want to make sure we're communicating all this information to them so that some kind of game plan is given. We also want to make sure that if the youth is saying that they want to commit suicide, they have a plan, you want to make sure that you don't leave that youth by themselves. Ask for help. So what do I do if this happens and a youth says they want to commit suicide? Just like we did before, we want to make sure that we talk to our pastoral staff. We want to make sure we don't leave the kid alone. There's going to be a game plan, and we just follow orders from that plan. Whatever that plan may be, it could be calling 911 or the national hotline for suicide prevention. We can speak to experts there who can tell us and advise us. They can advise us how to proceed. And so again, guys, just save the numbers and websites that we're giving you. There's also Montebello PD. Have that number stored in your phone. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys learned a little something.